Okay, so I made these two squares from 3D Pen by following these guidelines, but I only made two. The other one I need to make still, so I'm just going to use it like this. You need to wait for it for 10 seconds for the light to turn green here. Oh, and I made another one. It's just around here somewhere. Bop, I got it. Okay, it's right about here. And when the light turns green, you can start. My light is still red, so I can't start. We need to wait, 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 and now, okay, it's good. And then you gotta click on this button over here for it to start. You need to hold it at a 45-degree angle or it won't work. We're gonna make it into a square for the base of our castle, because that's what we're making. We're making a castle. Don't worry if it comes out bad, because that's what happened when I first made mine. Or when I first started using this 3D pen. Because I got this 3D pen on June 4th, the time my school ended. This is a very long process, so you need to be patient. Don't worry if your 3D pen comes out bad. And remember, you need to use this part of your hand when you're flattening out the 3D pen parts that you use. Because the tip of the 3D pen is very hot and the plastic is very hot in it. So this is the base. I've made 3 so far, and they should be about the same size. When you stack them all up, they should be just like that. It's very small, but it still works. So, and then some plastic's coming out. You can just take that out, and then you can start the process again. To make the base clear, you need to have an X pattern in it, or a zigzag. Any pattern works. If the plastic sticks, it's okay. You can start working again, but do not throw away your other squares because we need those. I'm just making this another square inside of it, so to make it a little better and a little sturdier. I'm using the part next to my thumb to start the project. Then when I take it off, it should not bend. It should just be straight like that. And then you should put it aside. Then you should get these lovely 4 pieces right over here. So you can take those 4 pieces, place them next to each other, and then you can use a 3D pen plastic to connect them together. I'm using my hands. If you want, you can use gloves as well. So first, you need to place it together nice and neatly. And then you need to put it like this so you can stick it very carefully. And then you can just go along the sides. And then you can flatten it out with your palms. Be careful, don't burn yourself. And there are sharp parts here, so be very careful. This is how it should look like. And the back should look neat as well. And then you can do the following to the other squares, but this time only 2. Don't connect the other 2 together because we have something else to do with them. If the plastic is soft, it won't be that hot, but you need to jump it on it. There. And then you should have 2 that look like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn them over to make them look straight and connect it just like this. So they make a perfect or close to perfect square. It should look just like this. Okay. And then by connecting them, since you already did it, you can just connect it from horizontally. And then when you start the pen, you can go zigzag and try to connect it together. Because connecting is the very hard part and you need to make it look very sturdy. Making it sturdy is the most trickiest part. Because if it doesn't look sturdy, your castle will fall really easily. After that, you can either get a flat surface to pull it down, to push it down, but I just like using this part of my hand because it doesn't burn anything. Okay, so it should look like this. Okay, then put that piece aside right there. And then we're gonna make 3 other squares, which is gonna take a long process, but you can just follow me. I'm not gonna talk for a while. You might hear the 3D pen, and that's okay. It might disturb you, but don't let it distract you. Okay. And then you should put this piece aside that you just made. Put it aside really nice, neatly. Then start again. Make it exactly the same shape or it won't work. Okay. Then just lightly pat it with a flat surface or this part of your hand. And all you gotta do is put it aside. And then when you have these 2, you can stick them together. That's what I'm going to do right now. So you do the same thing that you did for the other 4, but you need to make the other 2. Then you gotta do it really, really carefully. Don't burn your fingers. I burnt mine a lot of times, but I'm okay. you do anything else, it should look like this. And then get your other one and you just stick it just like that. We're gonna make a castle that looks just about this high. Okay. So you need to do the same thing. Be really careful. And then if you want, you can literally just yeet it so it can be really strong and sturdy. And it should look like this. And then after you have that, this is the most trickiest part. You need to make it look exactly like a square. Not exactly, but perfectly. Close to a square. If you're not that good, you can make it look close to a square. So we're going to have a 3x3 filling. Remember, you need to be very careful with the 3D pen. The tip is very hot. Okay. And then you can flatten that, but don't take it out. Well, you can if you want to, but it won't work out that well. So then you gotta do is, you need to do this, and then you need to go the other way, just like that, because I have a perfect idea of what to do. You need to do this, and this, and this. So I'm making it in the easy way. If you want to do the easy way, follow me. If you want to do the hard way, rewind the video. Okay, then you need to pat it with your hand lightly and just flatten out the parts with the 3D pen because the plastic is very hot. Okay. Then what you gotta do is you just need to connect it together because I left a millimeter space, not like a big space or a big gap. I just left a gap, but not that big. Try not to fail in it, okay? You should get something that looks like this. And then if you get it, you should exactly look like this. It should be another square, but a little bit larger. And that's what we want. Okay. Then you can take the remaining plastic. And then we can start again. Just tilt it. Okay. You can start it. This is very tough, guys. But I believe in you, and I want you to do it. This is very tricky. Don't worry about that, because we can fix it. in a very simple and easy way. All you gotta do, you gotta make it look like that, and then you roll it up, and then you need to get it to look like this. You can eat it. Haha. If it came out bad for you, you can eat it whenever you want. You can start again. Not the whole process, but just the tile. That's what I'm calling these squares. They're tiles for the base. They're very expensive, you get it? Because real tile is like really expensive. You'll get it later. Soon you'll get it. I make very bad puns, so don't judge me. Okay. This is the last floor. Okay. Then you can connect it with this. To the other tile. Then, after you connect it, it's going to be a very hard process. We're going to the 3D part. If you think it's too hard, you can quit the video. But if you think you can do it, I believe in you, and you can do it. Okay. So it should come out and look like this. And then just get the hanging flaps out. Just realize that, and then you can pull them out, and then you should get something that looks like this when you connect it together. Okay? You can connect it on the other side, or you connect it on the other opposite side. I'm going to connect on the opposite side to make it look like a square. Or you can do any side, but I chose that side. You can just do it carefully. Carefully. And give it a little pat. And just if there's a big gap, just try to stitch it together. Okay. Pat, 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 pat. So, if you did it with me, it should look like this. You completed the first process. Yeah. Now comes the next. So this is the close to difficult part. So you can take out the remaining plastic. And now, you might not think it's difficult, but it might be. So you gotta do the same thing. But this one, you need to stop at it looking like a square. Don't put a tile, don't put anything else. If it comes out bad, you know what I told you. Eat it. And then you do that. And then you can start the tile again. It's not actually a tile, but it's a covering for the base. You should make it look very strong so nobody judges it. Okay. Then what you gotta do, you should have something that looks like a box. Not a box, but like the base of a box. Without the tile details. Okay? And then you gotta take this one and then stick it right on there because we're gonna make it look like some kind of chimneys up. We're gonna make it look like 4 rows on each side. Like we can make 6 of these up here, 6 of these up here, 6 of these up here, and 6 of these up here. I might not have enough ink, but I can replace it. What you gotta do is first you need to place it in. But you need to place it in with the smooth side, not the hard side. Then it won't stick. Place it like that. And then you stick it really carefully. Should stick. Okay. And you can do the other side. You should stick 2 sides, and then you can leave that side to be a gap. If you can't see it properly, you should leave that side to be a gap. Because we're going to place something inside. So first, if you have a pen, you can use that to like smooth it out and everything. But what I like to do is I like to use this part. Either ways. And start making the other ones. But I like to do it on the top without making anything on this side. To make it a little bit more sturdier. And so we can stick it. You can just smooth it out. We need more. So, if the ink runs out, I'll just show you when my ink runs out what I do. So I'm just going to continue it. almost over. Okay, so then what you do, you still straighten it out. So make it look like a square. So it should kind of look like this. You need to make it at least this high. This high. So I'll make it like this.